tell you what, this is such a great honor to have the opportunity to interview you that I'm gonna do my natural thing and just play dumb.
Okay, that sounds good to me. I can do that too.
Tell me your background. Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school?
Wow, I grew up in Madagascar. I was friends with lemurs, so my social skills were middling at best when I moved to Pierre. Yes, and then I went to high school in Pierre, middle school and high school in Pierre, and became a fairly well-rounded individual because of the school.
Sure.
And then I went to Augustana College. Got a degree in government and French, and then eventually went to film school in Boston. Where I drank beer and watched the Red Sox and all those things. Love the Twins too, though.
Did you go to the Sam Adams Brewery?
Oh, many times. No, only twice.
Wow. I wouldn't remember either trip, but that would be exciting, though. But what a great opportunity for someone to where you originated from, to come to Pierre, South Dakota. I was on YouTube the other day. I saw a video about the high school, about Riggs.
Yeah.
And I was very impressed.
Thank you. Yeah.
About how great the school was, and I thought, I wish I would have went to school there.
Exactly. That was exactly what the point of the video was.
And I found out you're the one that made the video.
I did. Yeah. That was a fun thing, trying to capture the spirit of what I remembered the school to be like. And what I found out is it's exactly the same, just with new people that I don't know.
And the neat thing is when you go back into the school, the same smells.
Oh, the smells are the same, especially in the bathroom.
Or the gym, or up on the stage for the, the pep band or whatever.
Dan Snyder smelled the same, so that's good.
But you had some just incredible shots there, and you really showed the inside story about, I don't think somebody could have, just walked in there and did a video that good about Riggs without actually going there.
I think there's a... when you have a personal connection to something, that's the smartest thing to do. Nobody else would have, No, I shouldn't say nobody else. A lot of people would have, but... You got to have somebody who went there and knows all the controversies and all the nooks and crannies.
Someone that's comfortable and familiar with the smells.
Yes.
If you will. Let's talk, first and foremost, Dust of War.
Oh, it's a big movie. It's a big, small movie. We made it for a very low budget, because we're independent filmmakers. But we wanted to make something that was kind of epic in scope, kind of a John Ford, Mad Max-ish type movie.
Well, you got it.
Yeah.
You hit it. The trailer I seen, phenomenal.
Thank you.
Some of the actors I seen in it, I've seen before.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I said is it's a South Dakota movie. But I've seen that guy before.
And those people love South Dakota. Tony Todd, Candyman, Doug Jones from Hellboy and Pan's Labyrinth. They loved it. They're like, this place is great.
No, Candyman. I still have nightmares over that one.
So do I, actually. The other day I did. It was awful.
I could get into hours of interviews with you. How did you get these guys? How did you, what was their first thoughts of South Dakota? Everything else. But with the limited amount of time that we have, let's get to the good part.
Okay.
Where can we see this thing? Tell me where to go for a trailer. Tell me where to go to see this thing.
Well, if you're in Pierre, October 4th, we have a screening starting at 7:15 p.m.
Okay.
This Friday. And there'll be a Q&A following that show. And then at 9:30, there's another show with no Q&A. You just go and enjoy it. But
there could be Q's, but no A's.
But no A's, exactly. But there will be I's and T's crossed and dotted.
Sure.
So, so October 4th is our Pierre premiere of the movie in its final finished form. This is the best you'll ever see it.
Wow.
And then we're going to show it for a solid week until Thursday, October 10th with matinees and nightly shows. So go out, give it a look. There's over 150 people from Pierre involved in this film. So the likelihood of you seeing yourself on the screen, even if it's for a split second, you might be getting chased by an alien or you might be getting executed in a post-apocalyptic landscape.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. How long did it take from the time you guys arrived on set to a finished product?
So long.
The shooting.
We started writing the film in January 2011. We shot in August for 30 days straight. And then it took 2 years, obviously, for us to finally get the film done. And that's just part of being part of the... that was redundant. That was just part of being in the independent filmmaking sphere.
Right.
Is that you just have to deal with a lot of crap and, lack of funds.
Hoops to jump through.
Yes, exactly. A lot of hoops to jump through.
Procedures and steps that you got to follow.
But I think if you have the passion for it, which we did, we had, filmmaking is a very collaborative medium. Luke Schutzel and Adam Emerson were the producers. They're Pierre natives. And Brendan Newman, the composer of the film as well, did a fantastic job. All from Pierre. And... and film is just such a collaborative thing.
It's like a local brainstorm going on.
It is, and but it takes time, especially when you're fighting against money and time, and so that was what we dealt with. But it's finally out, and I think people will be impressed that it's just a fun, check your brain at the door, have a good time movie. It's 90 minutes of chase.
What is it rated? What are the age limits?
It's a PG-13, so there's little bursts of violence. It's no more violent than an Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, all right. Okay, I'm sure it's probably better than the latest Indiana Jones movie, but
let's not talk that.
That's just my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen.
Nuke the fridge. We don't do that in this movie.
I can only imagine the behind-the-scenes things that took place, the fun times, the memories, the meals that you guys would have.
So many
on
near
set.
Deaths as well, near death experiences.
Really?
Yes. No, we had one of our major crew members got internal bleeding and was defecating blood during the shoot. But he's a rock star, and I always love talking about defecate on live radio.
Well, yeah, I got to say that's got to be the first time that's been mentioned or touched on here in KGFX.
Well, I mentioned it from my father. He's the state epidemiologist, and
okay,
he likes medical things.
Sure.
And there's just other, but there's, we had to deal with the 500-year flood, which I think, I was talking to the mayor yesterday about how that, we almost didn't do the movie because of the flood, but we decided that it would be a good, fun distraction for people to make this fun movie while the community was kind of in peril. And so that was so I hope that people come and I want Pierre to take ownership over this movie and just come and have a good time with it.
Where does it go from here? I mean, it's in Pierre, you've got it in Aberdeen and different places like that. Are people downtown New York going to be walking into a theater watching this thing?
We hope somewhere, yes. Right now we're talking to a lot of domestic distributors about what the future of the film will be in the U.S. And we're also selling the film internationally, Germany, Japan, UK, and that's going to be an ongoing process for the next year or two. So it takes a long time for a film to get out there, but that's just normal in the independent world.
And we might have some folks that have just been joining us now, or maybe they've finally finished their first cup of coffee and they can hear now. What is Dust of War about?
Dust of War is basically it's Star Wars on the prairie. That's the best way to describe it. But on a micro budget, it's it's a boy must save girl from villain in a post-apocalyptic land. There's this lone soldier named Abel, Cain and Abel, who has to save a girl who's fated as the savior of humanity, and they're being chased by this brutal Hitler of the prairie, basically. And it's a simple story. It plays on the classic tropes of just an adventure film, and you're just meant to go and have a good time. And there's some sci-fi elements, some aliens in it as well. So it just come, have a good time, sit back, grab your popcorn, grab your Pepsi products at the State 123 and just enjoy yourself.
The people you got for the roles as well, great job. The villain looks like a villain. The hero looks like a hero.
Yep.
The girl. Who is she, and where did you find her?
Jordan McFadden is kind of an unknown actress from New York City, and we auditioned over 200 girls via Skype and whatnot, and she just rang the most true to me for some reason,
And she's not going to be unknown for long.
Yeah, I hope not. She's great. She's also a very wonderful human being, and and she just came, and some people may not like her, some people will, but that's. The whole movie will be like that,
Right.
Art is subjective, and that's what makes it fun for artists, is that it creates a discussion.
Is the viewer in the theater aware while watching the movie that it's being done in South Dakota? Do the actors say, "Well, we're here in the plains of South Dakota, and the apocalypse just..."
No, I don't think so. No, we kind of wanted to create kind of a timeless atmosphere.
All right, okay.
But as some people say, well, South Dakota, post-apocalyptic. Why here? South Dakota is very beautiful. So it's actually a very beautiful post-apocalyptic movie, despite the fact that there's a lot of death and destruction and pestilence in the film.
The clip that I saw, folks, you can go to YouTube and check it out. Just type in Dust of War trailer, and you'll be able to watch it. There's some other teaser clips out there as well. Not a lot of audio or communication in it, or else I'll be playing it for you. But the music, the background, everything. The whole collage of this movie, you did well.
Well, yeah, well, not just me. A very nice. Of course, they're nice. A very resourceful and brilliant team of artistic collaborators from the bottom up.
If folks, premiere October 4th, 7:30, and then a
7:15.
7:15. 1 week limited run, and that's at State 123. It's Dust of War. Is there anything else we want to get out there?
I know. Just bring your post-apocalyptic clothing to the 7:15 screening, because you never know what might happen.
You should have never said that. Anybody locally you'd like to say hi to this morning?
I mentioned Dan Snyder earlier because of the smells at Riggs. So good morning, Dan. I'm just singling you out for no apparent reason.
Sounds great. Folks, we're talking with our own director, Andrew Kightlinger. Sir, thank you for coming on the morning train.
Thank you very much.
And we will see you on the 4th and probably a couple days after that, too.
Absolutely.